Hello again. Welcome to episode 13 of the CC Makes YouTube channel. Primarily a knitting podcast and some hand-dyed yarns as well. My name is Karina, otherwise known as CC. Today is Friday. Happy Friday! August. Still in August. September 4th. Coming to you from a cloudy, chilly day today in southern Washington, coastal Washington. Yeah, it's been super nice here and warm, and now this cold weather is kind of shocking a little bit. I won't lie, it's been kind of nice. I don't have to have my AC on or anything, so it's been nice. I realized in past videos that I haven't really done an introduction, or I just kind of expect everybody to know everything about me from little snippets that I put in here and there. So I figured I would give you a quick little recap, all in one video, I guess. So my name is Karina. I live here in southern Washington with my family, my husband Justin, my two girls. Emma is 12 and Brooklyn is 7. They're about to be 13 and 8 next month. My oldest daughter, Taryn, she got married and moved away, so she lives over in the Boston area now. But yes, I live here with my husband, who is overseas. He hasn't been home since last December 2019 was the last time that he was home, or the last time that we've seen him, besides FaceTime. He has a job overseas, so he's been stuck there with the whole pandemic. Everything going on, so he hasn't been able to fly home. And guess what? He gets to come home. He gets to come home, and he'll be here on Tuesday. And we are so excited. We can't even. I'm ready for this weekend to just fly by. It's a long weekend too, so ready for that to get out of here and for him to come home and our little family to be a whole family again. It's been a long time, so that is my life in a nutshell. We have a parrot, or I guess it's a parrot. My youngest Brooklyn has a bird. I've showed it on the podcast. We do have cat, but he's been missing for about 2 weeks now. No luck finding him. So Ozzy, we had Ozzy. Hopefully he shows up one day randomly. But for now, we have a bird and 2 kids living here, and we have to get back into the swing of living with a boy again. I forget what that's like. It's been a long time. So that is my life in a little nutshell. Yeah, that's basically it. There's not a lot to me. I'll give some more life updates about what we've been up to at the end. I have one finished object today, backing into the knitting again, forwarding into the knitting now. I have one finished object, one half object, some works in progress, and some yarns to show off. And that's about it. Some little news here and there. I haven't been dyeing a whole lot of yarn for my shop, which is CC Fiber and Design on Etsy. You can also follow me on Instagram at CC_makes. I post on there, randomly. No rhyme or reason to that. I just remember every once in a while and post a photo. So follow me there for updates and stuff. Check out the shop, favorite if you do that kind of thing on Etsy. I recommend it. And all that good stuff. I also wanted to say thank you to you guys, the YouTube viewers. It hasn't. So I finally reached backtrack. So I finally reached 100 subscribers, which is big news for me because I am small potatoes. I don't have a big following. I don't do marketing very well. I try to get myself seen on different platforms, but I don't know really how to do that. So I am thankful to each and every one of you that has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate it immensely. I don't have any knitting friends to talk yarn and knitting with. So I like getting on here and talking to you all, and I like watching all the podcasts about knitting. So I appreciate it so much, so much. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I like it when you guys comment and like the videos and all that. And I guess that is part of marketing. When you like and subscribe, it boosts your YouTube exposure. I don't know. I don't know how the whole interwebs work, but I appreciate it a whole lot. All right, so I guess jumping right on into it, you can see that I'm wearing a finished object that I showed last, 2 weeks ago now. This is the Spector sweater by Locatelli, and it is knit with Lolo Did It yarn, a gradient kit that she had a while back. I don't know if she still does, but it's not properly blocked, so it's kind of hugging me in not the most ideal places. I don't like anything to hug my waist, and this one is, or my arms. I don't like that. So I need to block it because I feel like I'm a sausage in a sausage casing. I had surgery there a long time ago, and there's a big lump, and you can see that, and I don't like it. That is why I wear baggy clothes. But I talked about this the last time. I knit everything to pattern except for the sleeves. On my weekender sweater that I knit in the past, it's on the episodes. I knit those sleeves really, really long. Oh, excuse me. Well, not long, but I knit them to pattern. But my arms are not that long, so I had to go shorter for these ones. I also didn't do any decreases in them. I mean, I did do greases. I did do decreases, but only like starting down here. So I didn't want, if I did decreases where it was supposed to, oh my gosh, it would have been awful. Like I should have knit the bigger size, but I didn't have enough yarn. So maybe once I block it aggressively, it will grow. That's my hope. I don't know when I'm ever going to do that because I never got pins to properly block my items. So this might just be making its way on over to Taryn. We'll see. But yeah, I figured I would talk about it since I'm wearing it. My very first finished object is just a beanie. This was super quick. It only took me a day of sitting on the couch and knitting. Actually a day total. It was like 2 nights worth of knitting. This was knit with the yarn by Knitcrate, Vitellana. I talked about this before, in the colorway Toffee, and it's a fingering weight, but I pulled from the middle and I pulled from the outside and I doubled it for this hat. This is the boyfriend hat by Purl Soho. The only thing that I didn't do for that pattern was make it longer so that it cuffs. I didn't want it cuffed. I just wanted it to be a beanie like this. It's for my husband, so he's not gonna want it rolled or anything. Let me see if I can put this on. I don't wear hats very well, but it's just a beanie. Like, I mean, he'll like it. And I was copying the same fit that he has for his, actually I have it, but I really like it. It's nice, it's warm, it's the same color as the one I'm about to show you. The one that he likes to wear is a Carhartt beanie. But it got a hole in it. I don't know when. I don't know how that happened, but he really liked this one and he wore it all the time. It just so happened that Knitcrate sent me the same color yarn, so I figured I would, make him another one so he can wear it this winter if he's home for very long. I'm not sure. Either way, he can take it with him. I don't know if it gets cold where he's at. I don't ask questions. But anyway, boyfriend hat by Purl Soho, and that is my one finished object. I think I need to go change because I am sweating ridiculously right now. It is warm in here. My AC is off. I should have planned this out a little bit better. I'll be right back. All right. That's better. That was way too warm for me. I need to breathe and have a bunch of arm room in my shirt so I don't get crabby. Nobody wants a crabby episode, I would assume. Anyway, back into the knitting. That is my one finished object. I have one half object that I'll show after I take a sip. Friday, 5 o'clock somewhere. So my half finished object is a sock full of my hair. This is the Hermione everyday sock. I've showed this before. I finally finished one. It took forever for me to finish the sock. I was originally going to just make it for, I was gonna make it for Taryn. She dyed the yarn, but, and she has a smaller foot than me. I wear a 7.5, 8. I think she wears like a solid 7, like she doesn't fluctuate. But I got carried away and I just kept on knitting, so I knit it to where it'll fit me. So I might just keep these and add them to that stack right there. If I ever finish the other one. I cast it on, and like I said, this is with yarn that Taryn dyed. I don't know the base. It's not one that I have in my shop because I'm not a fan of it, but I've only gotten that far. I'm just starting the patterning now, and yeah, it's a good little TV knit, honestly. If I don't want to pick up my sweater that I'm currently working on, I'll show you next. It's just a nice easy knit, I guess. But yeah, that is all I have for my half object. Next, I've been working on the shawl. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm new here. This is the Hermione's everyday sock. I can't remember her name. I have it. Actually, I'm not linking anything. I will put all of my pattern names and stuff everything that I've, talked about. I'll list it all below, but I'm not going to link it, because I don't know where everybody gets their patterns anymore.
I know Ravelry
still has many issues for people, so I will just put the names and you can go search for your pattern where you please to. And I hope that makes sense. I don't know. Everybody links Ravelry, and that's normally what I would do, but I will list all of the details below. So this next one, oh, I'm in the middle of a row. Well, that's poop. This is the transfer point shawl. I'm not going to sit here and try to finish this round because nobody wants to see that. Transfer point shawl, and it is knit with my yarn, Jane Doe faded wallpaper, and I am just color blocking it in. It's got like it reminds me of The Weekender, that stitch right there. It reminds me of The Weekender sweater by Andrea Mowry, with those little lines. I really like it. It's a triangular shawl. I wish I was not in the middle of a row. Oh well. I showed it the last time. I showed the pattern. I don't have the pattern with me because it's on my iPad, and my little one took that iPad. So anyway, I haven't picked it up in a little bit. Maybe I'll work on it this weekend. I don't know. I have a lot to do this weekend with Justin coming home. I really need to get my butt in gear and clean my house and organize a little bit. It's getting kind of crowded around and clustered. And anyway, super soft, squishy yarn. This is on a DK base, and I'm gonna have a bit of yarn chicken. I did not read the pattern completely when I started it, of course, because I never do that, and I never gauge swatch at all.
Gauge swatch.
I never gauge swatch. So I am off on my gauge by a lot. When she put in her pattern that she used 2 complete skeins with the same yardage that I'm using, she used the entire skeins. So I'll use them too, but my gauge is completely off. I knit, I guess, at a looser tension than she did. And yeah, I'm not sure how we're gonna do that. I might just dye up some more and stick this in and call it good. I don't want to rip it out and redo it or anything. I mean, I've come this far, so I don't know. We will see what the future holds for this shawl. It's in my bag that I sewed. I've been doing a little bit of sewing, but my sewing machine is being a turd, so I kind of just left everything on my sewing table and walked away. And I haven't picked it up since. I was trying to make a bag similar to this size with my my Space Otter fabric, but my sewing machine is being ridiculous. So this next one is the Autumn League pullover by Two of Wands. I've talked about it before. I showed this the last time. I've gotten a little bit further, not a whole lot. I just did this part where you put in the little like sweatshirt thing that sits right there, and just cooking away on the increases so I can get to the body. And I am going to knit this in the round. She says to her, it's knit it flat and then seam up the sides and the sleeves and stuff. And I did that on the first one, and I don't want to do that on this one. Like, if I could just knit in the round and be done. And I think she posted in the comments of her website, I want to say, that it kind of added structure when you seam it to the sides and stuff. And it did, but I knit it in cotton, as called for in the pattern. I knit it in cotton, and it did definitely make it more sturdy, I guess. But this time I'm using wool, and I just want to knit in the round and continue on and get it off the needles, because I have other stuff that I would like to knit. So anyway, just working on the increases on that. Then I'll split for the sleeves and continue on in the body. I didn't change anything in this pattern except for the size that I knit previously was way too big. So I'm knitting the size medium now. And this is using my hand-dyed yarn that I am alternating skeins for, on a base that I will not be carrying ever. It's not my favorite at all. It's super soft, but it is going to pill like nobody's business. It is definitely gonna pill. It's super squishy though. And then figured I would talk about this because I don't know how you all handle this, but since I'm alternating skeins, I'm doing the helical knitting. And when you are working like the increases and stuff, when you have to increase and all of that, and you're slipping those last three stitches over, I'm having an issue kind of finagling like how I'm gonna fit in an increase and slip those stitches without messing up the pattern and messing up my alternating skeins. So it took a little bit of trial and error, but I think I got it now, and I'm really glad that I did start alternating instead of just doing all one skein for the yoke and then, you know, alternating after that. I'm really glad that I started it now so that it'll all be even throughout instead of just, you know, that one portion that's not alternated skeins. And you can definitely tell in a lot of the ones that I've knit anyways. I didn't really alternate skeins in the past, but that was a learning curve.
That was a learning curve.
Anyways, those are my works in progress. Somebody is texting me. How rude. I'd walk in front of a car if you did that. What? Anyway, so those are my works in progress. I don't have a whole lot. I was gonna cast on another pair of socks, but I figured I better crank down on those Hermione everyday ones and just get it done so they're off of my needles and done. I have lost sock knitting mojo completely. Shop news. I don't really have a lot. I've just been slowly adding some more colorways into the shop on Etsy, CC Fiber and Design, if you are interested. I will show a few that I've dyed. I don't know what I showed the last time. Did I even show any? I can't remember. These last few weeks have been insane, and I'll tell you about that in a little bit. Anyways, let me grab these. So I have some new colorways here. I have Mauve Out, which is a pretty mauve base, kind of grayish undertones. There's some gray in there with some dark speckles. I have two of these. This is all in the 80/20 base, the Kaylin base. If somebody doesn't buy these, I'm gonna take them. And I'm not kidding this time either. Like, I'm gonna take them. This, I love this color. It is showing a little brighter on the camera, but it's not as bright. See, this is my favorite. It's got like these dark plops of smoky gray in there. And then I'm gonna also add some tonals, which is what I'm adding tonals. I have this one. I haven't listed it yet. I haven't named it yet. It is just a, I guess mauve base tonal colorway. So I'm actually really proud of these. I finally don't have issues with my tonals being all kinds of crazy colors. In fact, I have one that's not skeined up here, and I can show you. I can show you that it is all even color. I'm so proud. All even color. Doesn't look like it on camera, but I guarantee you it is. I have to inspect these a lot to make sure. Yeah, so proud of these. I haven't named it, but it'll be in the shop, and it goes really well with Mauve Out, which could be a nice sweater, or everything's falling on my floor. Nice sweater or shawl. So there's that. 80/20 will be listed tomorrow, hopefully. I don't know. I gotta do everything before Tuesday, and we'll see how far I can get. So here's another that is in the shop now. This is a Miss Monster colorway. I don't know. I didn't have a name for it, so obviously it's just a Miss Monster, which is my one-of-a-kind skeins. I don't plan on bringing back. I mean, I could. I don't plan on it anytime soon. It reminds me of like fiery flames, but it's not that bright. It's showing, I don't know. I don't know how to work technology. It's not that bright either. It's just not going to show. It's hard to photograph too because the color just doesn't show properly. But super pretty. I like it. It's kind of fall-ish with a bright pop, I guess, of fall colorways. So these are in the shop on the Kaylin base. And then we have these two. These are feeling fallish, feeling a little fallish. And it's just some nice, it reminds me of leaves that fall on the ground, obviously. So it's got some brown, some orange, some yellow, some red, and some green. And it's not showing properly on the green, but you get the point. It looks like fall colors. So feeling a little fallish. These are in the shop now on the Kaylin base, which is, I think I mentioned it last time, that is my absolute favorite base, the 80/20 2-ply. It's just my favorite. It's squishy, it's soft. My 75/20/25 is it's definitely not as soft as the 80/20. It is a little bit more toothier. Even after I've knit stuff with it too, and after you knit it and you block it, it does plump up and soften a little bit, but not anywhere near what the 80/20 does. So that is my favorite. My next colorway is a sock set. Oh, I'm rolling away. My house is totally crooked and I roll that way. Just a little fun fact. This is a sock set that's in the shop now. This is salt water. It is a natural base under here, and then words, and then blue and teal speckles throughout it. So obviously it reminds me of the beach. We've been spending a lot of time at the beach, so it was appropriate. Before I jumped into I cannot speak. Before I jumped into fall colors, I figured I would do a beachy themed one. So this is salt water. You get a full 100 gram skein and then a 20 gram mini coordinating colorway with it. And I have thread everywhere. So this is in the shop now. I haven't banded any of them and all that good stuff, but they all hang out in a tote together so they don't get super dusty. I haven't listed this one yet, but it's the same. It's salt water, but it's the same thing, same color. And then it has and this is where it gets me angry. This does not show properly at all. When you photograph it, when you video it, when you record it, whatever that's called, it doesn't show the actual color. That is not the actual color. That is not the actual color. The actual color is more similar to that right there. That right there. It's bright. It is bright, and I can't photograph bright things. So I haven't listed it yet, but it is available. I do have a light box now. I just haven't spent the time because I didn't have any time to mess around with it, and hopefully I can get some good photos of this, and this will be in the shop too. But if you are interested in it and you want it, just let me know. Send me a message on Etsy, send me a comment here, or email. I have email, ccfiberanddesign@gmail.com. I will list that in my description as well. Instagram me, wherever. You know how to get a hold of me. Just let me know and I can, get you hooked up. So I'm really bummed that it's not showing because it's like super pretty and bright, super beachy. How many times can you say super? My last one is I just dyed up more of this, and I showed this last week, but it was on a base that I don't have in my shop and will never carry. So this is now on my 80/20. I dyed this before on my 75/25, and it took the color a little differently. So I'm happy with it now on the 80/20. It took me a little finagling to get it properly to match the 75/20 skein. But I mean, as you know, with indie dyed yarns, no two skeins are ever going to be alike, especially on different bases. So this matches very well, and I'm pleased. So there are 4 of these available. There are 4 of these available, but I only have 2 listed. Anyways, 4 of these, 80/20 base. So that is all that I have for the shop, for my works in progress, for my finished objects. Guess who started knitting? Guess who started knitting? Big, shocking surprise, but Taryn is knitting. What? She texted me a while back, like last week or something like that. Like last weekend, she was going to get herself some yarn to knit herself a sweater. And I was like, that's not just how that works. Like you just don't go, out to the store, get yourself some yarn and say you're gonna knit a sweater. First of all, you got to learn how to knit first. Like step 1, figure out how to knit. She didn't know any of that. So thanks to FaceTime, I was able to walk her through her cast on and her knits and her purls, which are easy in general anyways. I mean, it was a little bit of a issue trying to figure out how she was going to hold her yarn, like if she was going to be in English or continental. She is not a continental knitter, so she throws her yarn, which I agree with that. I mean, you just get better tension with that anyways. For me personally, I don't know about everybody else. But anyways, she is knitting the vertical striped sweater by Petiteknit. And I was a little hesitant at first, but then I read through the pattern and I bought it too, and I'm thinking I might cast it on. But I read through it and it was pretty easy. So she had to cast on, it's a bottom up sweater, so she had to cast on her stitches on the bottom, and she got it pretty easily. There weren't any issues so far. I don't know how far she's gotten, but I'll pop in some photos of her sweater. I think she chose a yarn from like Hobby Lobby, and she is using a worsted weight. And in the pattern, I think you're supposed to use like a mohair and a fingering to make it like a DK-ish sweater. I can't really remember. I should have looked that up. But anyways, she's using worsted weight and she's knitting like the smallest size. And it looks in the pattern like it's a pretty... Did I get shorter? Did my chair? Anyway, what was I saying? It looks like it's a pretty oversized-ish sweater. So she's knitting the smallest size. She had to get yarn. She had to get the circular needles. She had to get stitch markers. But I mean, that's really all you need anyways to knit a sweater. So she got all of that. She's cooking away on it. I think she's, got a good amount done so far. So that's a really cool pattern. I should have printed it, but I don't want to waste my precious printer ink because that is so hard to find. Anyway, vertical striped sweater by Petiteknit. And I believe this was talked about on Southern Purl podcast. I can't remember her name, but she had mentioned it, and I just watched her last episode the other day, and I was like, hey, Taryn's knitting that. But she popped in a photo too, so if you are interested, you can find the pattern or watch her episode. But anyway, I am curious to see how far she will get. So that was exciting news because I don't have any knitting friends at all. Nobody knits that I know. So I hope she continues after this even. It'll be a little bit of a challenge getting her through the separation of the sleeves and decreasing and all of that. But if she picked up the cast on, she picked up the stitches pretty easily. So I have confidence that she will continue in that manner. Hopefully. Thank goodness for FaceTime. I don't know. So, yeah, I guess that's life stuff pretty much. We've been busy. Every weekend we've been doing something. We've been with family, safely, don't worry. We went to the lake, we hung out here in town, we've gone to the beach. We've spent last weekend at the beach, so my youngest Brooklyn, she's all sunburned because Mom of the Year here forgot to put sunscreen on her. I forgot to put on myself too, and you can't tell because I'm wearing cover up, but my nose is all red and my freckles have all mushed together and they're like splooshed and it's weird. And I don't know how to cover them because I don't know how to do makeup anyways. So, see that? I look like a raccoon. Because my sunglasses sit right there and the sun was like hitting right here and all the freckles just like popped out. How rude. So if you have makeup tips on how to cover that, let me know. But anyway, we've been busy with that, and this weekend is Labor Day weekend, so the last weekend before the kids go back to school on Tuesday, we were supposed to go up to my brother's house and help him move and take the kids to the lake and stuff, but we're just not really feeling that drive. It's like 3 hours, 2.5 hour drive from our house to the lake. So, and then he lives another 40 minutes from the lake. So it was just kind of a adventure that I didn't want to take today. So we stayed home, and I think we're going to stay home and get our house in order before my husband comes home. My aunt just came back from Alaska, so she is home now here. So we'll probably go pop in and say hi to them this weekend as well, and hang out at home and try to get my life together in 3 days, really just 3 days because kids start school. So I have a lot of organizing to do, a lot of meal planning to do, and a lot of grocery shopping to do. Yeah, he's not gonna be too impressed with my my meal planning skills lately. I paid my daughter $10 last night to cook dinner. So, I mean, she's 12. No, she's almost 13. She can cook, but she made ramen noodles with grilled cheese, and I'm not sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry, not at all. They were happy, they were fed, and it was fine. I got to sit on the couch, do my knitting, and not have to cook. However, there's noodles everywhere all over my kitchen that I had to clean up today, so in hindsight, not a very good idea. But anyways, that was a lot of rambling. So yeah, Justin's coming home finally, and Taryn's knitting. Big news in our household. So exciting news. We are just patiently waiting for this weekend to end so we can go to Portland and pick him up. It's like a 2-hour drive to Portland from where we live, so we are just going to be super excited. Hopefully he gets to stay home for at least a month. I hope. He's been gone for 9 months. Has it been 9 months? January, February, March. Yeah, 9 months. Almost to the day. He'll be home almost to the day. 9 months ago he left. So, yay! Super excited. What else? That is all. That is all that I have. I, again, just want to thank everybody for subscribing. Hitting that 100 mark was kind of a milestone for me, and I feel like I need to do a giveaway. So, I'm gonna plan this in my head, and then I'll figure out how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it on YouTube. I'm not gonna do it on Instagram, because you guys that watch me on YouTube, you know, deserve it instead of my Instagram feed. Not my Instagram people, but my Instagram feed doesn't get a lot of views either. So if I want to do it on a giveaway on there, I will specifically say that I'm going to do it on Instagram and not. I hope that didn't sound snobby, because I didn't mean for it to sound snobby. I'm just saying, since I got subscribers on YouTube, I should do a giveaway on YouTube. I hope that didn't offend anybody. But I will keep you posted on that. I kind of want to dye up a special colorway and do a giveaway for that. Maybe a bag too. And yeah, do a giveaway for the 100 subscribers. Woohoo! I will do another one when I hit each, milestone marker, 500. If I get to 500 subscribers, I will be eternally grateful. And above that even, I don't even know what I would plan for that, because I don't expect my channel to like be a big boom of, I don't know what the words are for that, but I don't expect it to like skyrocket off the charts or anything. So I just enjoy doing this. I enjoy talking to people about my knitting, my yarns, all that good stuff. So thank you so much. Yeah, follow on Instagram too. I mean, I don't post very often on there. I should, but I just don't. And I don't even remember what I posted last. I don't even know, because I never really get on there. I should, because I follow the hashtag knitting podcasts on Instagram, and that's how I found a bunch of new podcasts. So that was kind of a news flash for me. Normally I'll just go into YouTube and put in the search bar like knitting podcasts, and I realized now that when you do that, all of the the high ranking channels, like the popular channels, show up first, which, I mean, obviously that's what happens. So discovering them on Instagram was kind of fun. that is what I wanted to talk about. Is the podcast that I've been watching. The ones that I watch regularly are probably the ones that everybody watches. I mean, who doesn't watch the Grocery Girls? I watch them religiously, and I get a notification each time that they are alive, which I love. So I watch them. I watch Dramatic Knits with Steve. I like their yarn too, Leading Men Fiber Arts. Sorry, it was super thirsty there. And anyway, he Leading Men Fiber Arts, him and his partner do that yarn line. So, and he has a podcast. I watch him. And then I watch a new to me one is The Bearded Purl with Caleb. He also sews bags, and his co-host is his partner Justin, and I think they're hilarious. Like, Caleb is so like reserved and put together and proper, and when they're together they're kind of, I don't know the word for it. They're just hilarious. I like them. I'm really jealous of people with co-hosts. I miss Taryn, and none of my other kids are interested in doing it, and they don't know anything about yarn anyways. So, I mean, Taryn didn't either, but she tried to act like she knew a little bit. So I miss having a co-host. I'm jealous that I have to sit here and talk to myself while my kids walk past and look at me like, you're crazy, Mom. Anyway, I've been watching On the Needles with Nancy and Kathleen. I first heard of Trilogy Yarn. Nancy does Trilogy Yarn. She has the yarn business, Trilogy Yarns. I think it's just Yarn, Trilogy Yarn. Anyway, they have a podcast now, so I watched them, and I found out about them entirely through Needles at the Ready. I think that's their name. I always get it mixed up. Needles at the Ready. I think it's Kevin and Ray. They talk about Trilogy Yarn, and then the other one too, Sweet Tea No Shade. They talk about Trilogy Yarn too, so I am glad she has a podcast now because I watch her. I have yet to buy her yarn though. And honestly, she's not far from me. She lives in not Seattle, but somewhere outside of there. So it's not far from me. Like, I could totally just order that yarn, but I'm really trying not to order any yarn at all because I am dying so much, and I know I'm not going to be able to sell it all. Like I said, I am small potatoes. I don't have a good following. I don't have a great following at all. So my yarn kind of hangs out for a while, which is fine. Because then I just look at it, and then I plan all these projects that I have in my head that I want to use the yarn for. So the longer that it doesn't sell, I have plans for each colorway eventually if it doesn't sell. So fun fact. Anyway, another one that I've been watching is Little Red Mitten. This is Carrie and Jolyn. They're the Leo and Roxy Yarn Co. So I've been watching them. And then Whatnot with Kathy. I had to think of her name. I watch her too. She does a lot of artwork. Artwork is a big thing in our house. Both of my daughters are obsessed with the drawing. So my 13-year-old, she's super good at it. Her thing is anime. Like, she loves anime. So she draws a lot of anime, and she's really good at it. I don't know where they get that gene. Maybe their dad has that gene. I'm not sure. I've never seen him really draw, but I lie. He did draw. He drew me a tattoo a long time ago. So I lie. Maybe that's where they get it from. Definitely not me. I don't draw. But I mean, that is what I've been watching, what I've been catching up on. I've also restarted Gilmore Girls because I've kind of ran out of things to watch. I get tired of browsing, so that is what I've been doing. I've been watching Gilmore Girls, and I'm almost done with it already. I kind of just skipped through a lot of it though, like episodes that I know I've memorized. I just kind of skipped through it. So I've been watching that, and then I don't know what I'm going to watch after that. I canceled my Hulu Live, so I mean, I could start it back up, but I just didn't really watch it for $65 a month. I felt like it was a little much. I don't pay for cable, so you know how that goes. So I'm browsing for more recommendations on Netflix, Apple TV, all that good stuff. What else? That is my life lately. It's been a little bit of chaos, and I am actually really happy to just chill this weekend. Get my house in order, get my little studio in order, because you can't see the floor. You won't know that because I'll never show it, but you can't see the floor. And I slept on my neck wrong last night, and now I can't really. I need a day. I'm gonna finish my cocktail and probably go sit down and knit. Actually, I lie. I can't do that. I gotta edit. The day is never done. Anyways, I am rambling, and I've been rambling for a lot longer than my normal episodes, so I will get off of here and list some yarn, maybe do some editing, and get this posted. I do not know when I will get another episode up. I don't know. I'm trying to stick to the 2-week schedule, but it depends now because Justin's coming home and he'll just laugh at me. So he'll laugh at me if he sees me talking to myself. I mean, I talk to myself all the time. I don't know why it's any different, but he'll laugh at me and distract me, and then I won't be able to get a good episode. Not that I'm like a super professional person or anything, but it will just be a little bit of a chaotic mess. So I don't know if I'll be back in 2 weeks or longer. We are planning on going up to Mount Rainier and hiking on the trails up there. So I don't know. I don't know when I'll be back. If I can kick him out of the house for a good hour, I will be back and post as soon as I can. So like, subscribe, get the notifications when I come back if you enjoy seeing my rambling self. Maybe Taryn will get further along on her sweater and I will be able to show that as well, or have her show that. I'll put in some photos and everything. Follow along on the shop if you're interested in any of the yarn. I didn't show half the yarn that is in the shop, but I've shown it before, so go check it out. There's still a little handful of project bags left that Taryn had made. I am making some more, so those will pop into the shop. I don't know, eventually. My husband likes to play video games, so he'll probably be on his video games, and while he's doing that, it gives me some crafting time. So like, subscribe, follow along, follow on Instagram at cc_makes. The shop is CC Fiber and Design. And yeah, like I said, I appreciate every single one of you that like and subscribe and comment. I enjoy all of it. Thank you so much. So I am planning a giveaway, and I will pop back on here with a video when that is available. So I'm gonna dye some yarn this weekend and hopefully get a skein or two, I guess, maybe one, for a giveaway, for a colorway for the giveaway. So I'm getting distracted because there's people outside, so I am gonna sign off. Until the next time, happy Friday, happy weekend. Thank you all once again. Bye.